And I tell my clients that, like, I'm not always gonna be there. So I try to give you the tools and education on how to transform yourself. I'm just a stepping stone. That's all I am. I'm not the end all be all. And I try to teach people, like, all right, once you're done at my gym, you should have enough knowledge about fitness, nutrition, and how to motivate yourself. I'm going to keep you accountable while you're here, but I can't do all the work for you. I wish I can jump into like people's bodies and do the work for them because like I know how to like put the work in, but I can't. I tell people all I can do is open the door and show you the way. It's gonna be you that like put the work in, you that show up, you that stay consistent, you that eat healthy. It's not gonna be me. I'm just a stepping stone. That's all I am. My name is Dion Brown, and this is my advice. So I want to say about 6 years ago, all right, I was in college, played sports, got a full scholarship for football. Then one day, I just woke up and I didn't want to play sports no more. I didn't want to go to school no more. So I called my mom. I'm like, hey, I'm dropping out. And she's like, no, you're not. She's like, you're not dropping out. Like, you work too hard. You've been playing football since you was 8. Like, I don't race quitters. Like, you're not quitting. I was like, look, I want to do something else with my life. Like, I've been playing sports since I was 8. Like, I don't want to do it no more. I have a desire to do something else. He's like, all right, cool. Like, you're 18. You got to make your own decision. If this is what you want to do, but I'm going to support you, but you got to figure your stuff out. So I was like, all right, I'm done. So I came home. I kept working my job that I did in high school, right? I used to work at Route 21 in the mall. So I kept working there, and I was like, you know what? I got to figure out what I'm passionate about. Like, what drives me? What motivates me? I was like, you know what? I love fitness. I love helping people. I love motivating people. So I was like, let me see what can I do in the fitness world. So I did some research on Google, right? I see that I could become a personal trainer by taking online courses. So I was like, oh, that would be cool. So signed up for a course. The course is like a year long. I took the course. It took me like a year and some change because it was all online and it was at your own pace. I got certified, didn't do nothing with my certification for like 3 years. 3 years, didn't do nothing. Then one day I was in Walmart and I was looking around and I was like, damn, there's a lot of people that's out of shape in this town. I really want to help people. So I looked at my girlfriend. I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna start training people. And she's like, about time. Like, about time. Like, do something with your certification. So I was like, all right, I will. So I made a Facebook post. I was like, hey, I'm looking for a few people to train for free just to get my name in the door and get my name out there. So one of my buddies hit me up. He was like, hey, like, I know you since high school. My dad just died of a heart attack. He's like, can you help me? And I'm like, yeah, I can help you, buddy. Like, I'm willing to help you. He's like, all right, cool. So I started training him at Mansion Park. It's a football stadium in Altoona. And I used to be there every single day with him. Then it was starting to get cold outside. And there used to be this old guy that used to walk around the track all the time. He used to see me out there with him. And he came up to me. He's like, hey, like, I love what you're doing. I see you training your one friend all the time. He's like, what are you going to do in the wintertime once it gets cold outside? And I was like, tell you the truth, I really don't know. I have no clue. He's like, look, you seem like a good kid. You have a good head on your shoulders. Let me help you. And I was like, okay. He's like, I own a bunch of property in Altoona. If you ever want to look at some property, let me know. I'll hook you up with a deal. So I was like, okay, cool. He gave me his business card, right? And I was like, all right, thanks. Put it in my wallet. Didn't pay no mind to it. Then I want to say a few weeks later, I'm at my girlfriend's cousin's house, and my girlfriend's cousin was talking to some random dude. Me and the guy started talking. He's like, hey, buddy, like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a personal trainer. He was like, where at? I was like, Mansion Park. And he kind of gave me a weird look, like, right, that's outside? And I was like, yeah. He's like, that's cool. He's like, it's about to be wintertime. Like, what you gonna do in the winter? He's like, are you still gonna train outside? I'm like, I guess so. He's like, you're crazy. He's like, look, my family owns a bunch of property in Altoona. If you wanna look at some property, like, let me know. He's like, you seem like a good kid. He's like, my family will hook you up. I'm like, all right, cool, thank you. So like, he gave me his business card. I put it in my wallet, paid no mind to it. So I want to say a few weeks later, I'm outside at Mansion Park and it's getting cold. And I'm like, I need to figure out what I need to do to like take myself to the next level. I was like, oh wait, I got the one business card in my wallet. And I looked on the opposite side of my wallet and there's another business card. And I'm like, that's weird. So I pulled out both business cards and both the last names match. So I'm like, this is a sign from God, the sign from the universe. it's a sign from somewhere that like I need to do something. So I called the one guy. His name was Bob. I was like, hey Bob, this is Dion. I want to look at some property. Like, can you like show me some stuff around? He's like, all right, cool. Meet me at such and such place. So I'll pull up to this big warehouse, right? That is my gym now. And it was him and it was his grandson I met a few weeks ago at my girlfriend's sister's house. And they both looked at each other like how you know him? Like, how do you know each other? And it just connected the dots together. They showed me this abandoned warehouse, right? It was run down. It looked like a zombie apocalypse, pretty much, right? What a warehouse looks like. And I had a vision. That's my thing. Everything about my life, it always starts with a vision. Like, I'll see something and I'll become obsessed with it till I get it done. So like they showed me the place and they was like, look, it's not much, but it can be yours. I had a vision and I called my mom. I'm like, look, I want to like buy this gym and I'm gonna see what I can do. So I showed my mom and she's like, this place needs work, but you're my son and I know what you can do. So I start to put the work in and each day I started to remodel a gym, right? I was painting and building stuff and trying to fix the gym up to make it look appropriate so I can train clients. And piece by piece, it started to come together. I started to gain clientele. So I took all my money that I was making from clients and reinvested it back into my gym. And 6 years down the road, now I have a full running gym and a full business that I'm hiring people and 100 clients I'm training. I had to sacrifice. I seen all my friends out there partying and doing crazy stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dedicate my life for the next few decades of like working hard and staying consistent and
helping other people.
and yes, and that's what it's about, giving value to other people. I had some clients with like some crazy stories. Like when they walk into the gym, they're not good at like socializing and not a people person. Then 6 months down the road is a different look in that person's eye. I can't get them to stop talking. They socializing with everybody. They feel confident, right? They're trying on that bathing suit. They're taking their shirt off. Like, that's what I live for. I love that moment when like a client comes up to me like, hey, you changed my life. Like, it's not about the money, right? I live for that feeling when like somebody's like, hey, you changed my life. My biggest takeaway when it comes to like general advice is staying consistent. That's one thing I believe. That's one thing I tell people, from clients, friends, family, especially like when you're chasing goals and you have big aspirations in life. It's all about staying consistent. You do something long enough, there's gonna be a certain result that you get. And most people quit, right? They quit a lot before they hit that big stride. My thing is, like I tell people all the time, I'm not the smartest, I'm not the brightest, right? I'm not the most talented, but I work hard and I stay consistent. But it's belief too. My thing is, I'm all about giving people belief and hope and show them that, like, hey, you can do it. No matter your background or no matter where you come from, no matter what your situation is, you can do it. All you gotta have is a belief in yourself and have a vision and push yourself a little bit and don't be afraid to fail. Because a lot of people are afraid to fail. They're so willing to quit as soon as things get tough. I try to tell people, like, when things get tough, keep moving forward. You'll figure your stuff out eventually. Whether it takes a year, whether it takes 2 years, but 10 years down the line, you'll be so much further. Do not quit. Never. No matter how hard it gets. Just keep pressing on. When you're out there chasing your dreams, it may work out, it may not work out, but try. That's what I tell everybody. Try. And if you try, the chips may land the right way. If not, at least you gave your effort and you gave your all. And that's all I'm doing in life, is giving my all, and I'm trying.